Hola. Yo. Yo. What's going on, people? What's going on, people, man? It is Wednesday night. As you already know, it is the Heavy Hitters Live Wednesday show. Let's go. I don't know why every time that song come on, it makes you want to throw something in the club. I don't know why. What's up going on with that? Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Hey, yo. What's going on, people? What's going on, people, man? It is your boys, the Heavy Hitters Live, coming to you, man. I am your host. I am the six man, the Silver Fox himself. Six man K Styles in the building. To my stage left, as you already know, it is Senator Palpatine, aka My Sports. And at the bottom of the screen, as you already know, we have the voice of reason, the minister himself, Jew Talk Sports. What's going on, fellas? How are we doing this evening?
Wonderful. Wow.
We're doing swell.
Yeah, we doing swell. We doing swell. Yeah, I want to make sure we on our A game tonight because I got the handy dandy tablet out just in case if anything happens. Okay, okay. No, I just updated all this. Wait a minute now. Don't. I'm sitting here bragging on this thing telling me to update already. Okay, never mind. Let's go ahead and get to those three special words, Mike. What are those three special words we got for the people? The real.
The real roll call. I know I wasn't doing that. If you're a wrestling fan, you know what I was doing.
That was a yeah, I'm about to say, boy, that was a constipated roll call right there. I tell you that much. Exactly. So let's go ahead. Well, we actually kind of considered degenerates as far as how this niche goes. But hey, look, as what the minister would tell, don't worry about them. We do our thing over here. And today's roll call, we're gonna kick it off right. We got Robert Ponder, Pat Norris, Sherman Wood, Joseph Thornton. We got Big Ant in the building, King Treyway, ATL Leo, Cartier Walker, Emerald Knight, Wavy 2 times. Not one time, not once, but twice. Terry Lloyd, Engine number 9, Jay Diaz, Mucho Grundy, Tev Sports and Gaming, Bubba Gump, ATL Leo. We got the real Michael Walker in the building. We got my girl Sonia in here. John St. Clair, No Shot, Double D, D Coleman, Keyshawn Vlad. Hey, we got Andrew G, Ghost Peppers, Kenan Moss, Wheezy B. Hey, man, we live tonight. Do you smell? Hey, do y'all smell it? Do y'all smell it? Smells like a good show about to come on. So, DJ, let's go ahead and kill that beat. Wow. All right, man. Hey, as y'all already know, heavy hitters. Like I said, we don't have any special guests today, so you're gonna get the OG3 over here, which is probably what y'all want anyway. But I want to ask my brother something here, man. How we always kick this show off, we kicking it off with around the NFL with the heavy hitters. So Mike, Jude, is there any NFL news that y'all have seen today that y'all want to speak on?
I actually had a topic, but I don't think I can ignore it. Um, so we Falcons fans, Falcons fans, Falcons fans. We just can't help ourselves. We
Oh,
just have like we have a history of just like we just gonna turn on everybody. Every week it's a new victim. So I dropped the video not too long ago. Just give people just an update, just a regular update. Just just to let them know what's actually going on with our team. And I was kind of surprised, but I'm like, should I really be freaking surprised? Like, should I really be surprised? So this particular video is named, okay, Tackle Caleb McGarry's injury update.
oh hell.
So all of a sudden, it's like Caleb McGarry's back trash again. It's like we just like, okay, you gonna sit here with a straight face and tell me that you want Stormy Norton to be the starting right tackle? Fuck it, man. Do we not remember when the fourth quarter started? Caleb McGarry, when we start that run, Caleb McGarry was in that lineup. They took him out for precautionary reasons. And let me say it again. They took him out because of precautionary reasons. We were just like, nobody want to talk about Drew Dahlman being behind. Okay, I'm gonna take the Christian route and try not to curse. But now we've diverted our attention away from Drew Dahlman. We diverted our attention away from Desmond Ritter. Now we picking on Caleb McGarry again. Just like Falcons fans, you can't help yourself but to be some bullies, and God is going to strike you down. Because I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell on you and you and you, every last one of y'all. I promise you, I'm going to be on my knees tonight telling God to punish you, make your toes crooked. Okay, I want you to. I'm gonna pray for him to make your toes crooked. I'm gonna pray for you to have them KDBDs in your hair. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna tell the Lord on you to make sure you gotta eat damn ramen noodles for the rest of the week. No more damn seafood. No more y'all ain't eat nothing. Fucking things. You don't deserve anything. Y'all are some damn bullies. Okay. When you
I'm about to say, bro,
serious,
what?
you been laughing. I'm dead freaking serious.
Lord have mercy, boy.
And y'all don't
had
get the
some.
ground up Doritos. Y'all don't even deserve the real Doritos. Not the one you get the stale dried up Doritos that ain't got no flavor on it, nothing. That's what y'all do. I'm telling. I'm a Sammy, Bull Gravano, all of y'all asses. Y'all some dang on bullies. Every week we got a different player that y'all try to bully. I'm telling God on y'all. Okay, I'm good.
Mike, what the hell was that? What the hell was that?
I had to get that out.
Oh
Woo,
well.
woo. I like. I had to get that one out. That really bugged me. Just you know.
Oh my goodness, boy.
I'm gonna tell for real. I'm telling.
uh, Jew, we looking for you to bless us with any news that you may have.
We already seen the news of us signing the new wide receiver Van Jefferson, so it's not much I need to talk about. But I did just see they posted on social media like he was at practice with the red and black on with the throwback helmet on, so that's dope. Him kind of reconnecting with Kyle Pitts. You know, they were teammates in college. And you guys know, y'all go check my video out. But basically, I just talked about him bringing that speed element to this Atlanta Falcons team. So once again, Terry Fontenot, he's finding those gems, man. He's finding those gems on the cheap. You know, 6, 7 round picks, swapping picks. You know, this is another like Jeff Okuda situation where, you know, low risk, high reward type deal. He's still on his rookie deal, gives us more depth because we're seeing in the NFL, we're just talking about injuries. You know, you never know when someone's going to go down, whether they're going down for the season or whether they're going down for a few games, like a sprained ankle, something like that. You have another guy you can actually, you know, add. And like I continue to say since last week, we're continuing to build on this offense. So giving Arthur Smith, that mad scientist, just more weapons to work with, unscouted looks. I talked about that last week. You continue to add, you know, these weapons on this team. You want to keep evolving as the year goes on. You know what I'm saying? We want to get better as we get closer to the playoffs. We want to be hitting our stride. So I love what they're doing, man. They're bringing in, like I said, they're bringing in more and more players that can add to this roster, and bringing in players where teams are not going to know what to expect. Like I said, he's adding on. We've seen some unscouted looks last week. Arthur Smith, Dave Ragone, Matt Schaub, all of those guys putting their minds together. And I think this is a good pickup with Van Jefferson. One thing I didn't realize until I kind of did some research, and shout out to Terrence Mathis. I checked out Atlanta Sports Unlimited. I didn't realize that Van Jefferson's father, Sean Jefferson. I didn't realize that until I actually was checking
Yeah,
out.
I remember that.
Yeah, checking out his Atlanta Sports Unlimited. Terrence Mathis talked about his father, and his father's actually coaching in the NFL. So, shouts out to his father, Sean Jefferson, former Atlanta Falcon. Now his son playing with the
Oh,
team.
yeah,
That's
baby.
like a type of, someone put on my channel earlier, like it's like a movie coming full circle for your father to play for the team, and then you turn around and get to play for the same franchise. That's crazy. That rarely happens. But we got two on our team. We got Grady Jarrett. You know, his father played for the Falcons, and then now Van Jefferson coming over after his father played with the Falcons. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Hey man, so like I said, hopefully he comes in here and like you said, get acclimated with the players and acclimated with the team, and let's get this thing rolling. But I want to speak before we get started with the show. I want to speak on something here. Okay, so everybody already know your boy, quarterback Anthony Richardson has officially been put on IR.
So let me announce before you. Let me announce something real quick. So I'm reaching out to a singer I know. So uh, I I want her to record a song, and y'all know that song. It goes a little me. Yeah, I, that
Me.
song is gone. Look, I'm gonna have a whole version of "I Told You So." So go ahead, K Style.
All right, so basically what it came down to, so the past game that they had, AC joint injury, which was a grade 3, so you already know that's a little bit more almost severe, but not enough. So they ended up putting him on the 4-week IR right now, which I think is good for him because damn it, he ain't played a game yet where he ain't came out of from being hurt. Now, understanding, and this is why you always say everybody's path ain't always going to be the same. Um, it's unfortunate. I hate to hear that for him, but like you said, this is why we always say you don't need your quarterback to be battering rams. Like dude, it's like the first week it was the knee, the second week it was concussion, the third week it was a concussion, the fourth week is the AC sprain.
Mm-hmm.
You like you said, they're quarterbacks, they're not running backs. And he got his shoulder toe up on a run. But it's unfortunate, man. Like you said, hopefully speedy recovery for him. Hopefully,
Unfortunate. All he got to do is change his style. He'll be think he damn
Cam
joke not
Newton.
or something like he
You
think
think
he
he
can.
Cam Newton?
Or like, look, these are NFL players. They hit you. Okay, they do hit you back in the NFL. That's like he came in with the wrong attitude. When I heard him say this, I don't care how hard I throw the ball, you better catch it. I already know he's an idiot. He was one of them kids in the neighborhood you see jumping off trees at the age of 2 years old. That's him. That's a damn nut job.
Yeah. And here's a comment here that Andy Richardson said, I'm gonna run everybody over the rest of the AFC South. Okay. But yeah, man, it just get down to a point, man. Like you said, I think it was Trevor Lawrence that actually gave him some advice after they played him, where he was like, you can't be taking hits like that. I'm sorry, bro. Like you said, we know if you a freak athlete, and you know everybody played up the athleticism part of his game, and like 6'4", 250, fast, he can jump, do all this stuff like that, man. But like Mike said, you in the NFL now. These dudes just as big as you, and they just as fast as you. Where like that kind of style is not that. Like I said, if they compare him to Cam Newton, they need to look at the path Cam Newton took, where he didn't evolve his game. Actually, to be honest with you, he regressed after that rookie season. It just boom, 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 boom. Shoulder, like I said, shoulder getting toe up. That it just, and then they put a meme out there. I gotta show y'all that meme after the show, man. They talking about Cam Newton like the last time he played. He was like, "I'm back," and then they play like the black sitcom. They're like, finishing season, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, had been seen since. But at the end of the day, they needed to put his ass on IR because at the rate that he was going to end up like Jackie Chan by the end of his rookie season.
A broken bone and all types of stuff. Like
exactly. So and here you go. Here you go right here. Michael W. Richardson now understands the size and speed of the NFL.
Learn how to slide. As they told him when he was in the league, learn how to slide. Like at the end of the day, if he wants to play a long time in this league, that goes for any player or quarterback. If they protect the quarterback. All the rules are built to protect the quarterback. So you can run for many yards, but run out of bounds. Learn how to slide. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to be one of those guys that play 10 plus years and make hundreds of millions of dollars doing it, just do it the smart way. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to prove. We seen guys on our team. Devontae Freeman was one of them. What did Warwick Dunn tell him? You better learn how to go out of bounds. It ain't worth sometimes fighting for that extra yard and taking those licks, man. Your body only got so many hits in it. So, you know, as a quarterback, Richardson has no reason to be playing the way he's playing. And really, I put it on not just on him, but on coaching. If he got any good coaches over there, they're going to tell him, learn how to run out of bounds, learn how to slide. learn how to live to fight another down. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, hopefully he got good coaches in his corner. I'm not too sure the coaching staff over there in Indy, but hopefully it looks like they're protecting them because they're putting them on the IR for 4 games, but hopefully they're drilling that in his head. I mean, y'all know when Michael Vick was here, they did everything. Bringing in Braves players, baseball players, trying to teach
Teaching how to slide.
yeah, you gotta learn how to slide. If y'all watch Desmond Ritter, that dude runs out of bounds. He protects himself. So when you get out the pocket, if you get that, he don't want to get that same narrative around him that Cam Newton had, where once Cam Newton was known as just a guy who was never going to go down and was going to try to fight for every yard. He took some vicious hits inside of the pocket, and he didn't get the benefit of the doubt because he played where they were like, well, he's a runner, even if he's in the pocket, because that's the style that he played. So like Mike was saying, like, and y'all both are saying, he has to change his mindset. And if he wants to have a long career, look, we know the quarterback, you're going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. You just got to protect yourself.
But yeah, I thought I just want to get that out the way. Like Ghost Pepper here said, that we've been talking about his style all the way since the off season. But yeah, like you said, there were a lot of these NFL players tell you athleticism can get you so far.
I just don't think I don't know why would you want to run through a Grady Garrett. Like it just you see Grady Garrett and David Onyemata coming at you. Yeah, let me try to see if I can run through him. Like what's wrong with you? Like it's a lot of things when it comes down to sports is really common sense. It's like it's common sense. Why would you want to do that over and over and over again? Like these guys are huge. These guys are fast. Like that's the thing, bro. It's like, look, I'm not gonna try no Arnold Schwarzenegger, no damn Mark Henry. Like Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. It's like trying to run into these guys every play. Like you got to be real slow, okay, to be doing stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense. The end of the day, man, just like one thing is even about your body. You only get one shoulder, two shoulders, right one, the left one, the back. It's like you only get so many opportunities to protect yourself and make sure you stay healthy. That's just life. And at the end of the day, if you keep running your head into these guys' chest, one day you're gonna get knocked out. Trust me, I done had plenty of concussions. You're going to get knocked out at some point if you keep doing that. So it's just smart to protect yourself.
Right. But let's go ahead and get right into the main event program of tonight's show, and we're going to be speaking on the matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. So, as y'all already know, the heavy hitters usually give the three key their individual keys, which makes up 3 keys, which is trio of minds equal 1. And today let's see. Before we do that, man, let's go ahead and make sure to get these likes up, man. We got 76 people in here right now. We want to go ahead and get that 50% engagement. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 40 likes before we get these 3 keys of victory. So while we doing that, hold on. Let's put on some no phone, shut up phone. I don't know. Look, I was about to say I don't know why. I don't know why my algorithm on my phone is jacked all the way up. But
why you gonna sit up here and tell that lie? You know why. Y'all see this? Look, I got midgets running around my timeline because of him. Like all I see is little people with a left arm that's bigger than the right arm and the toes like this. Like y'all see my profile picture on Facebook with them toes like this. It's because of him. It's all because of K-Style. It's his fault.
I mean, they don't call me the algorithm killer for nothing. I'm just saying.
You the algorithm killer. You said K-Style would send you one video, and I promise you, your timeline would never be the same.
So let's go ahead and get the like a couple of them likes up, man. So let's see what we got. All right, we good right there. We good. We use a couple more, but let's go ahead and get to these three keys with the heavy hitters, man. Um, let's see. How do I feel? How do I feel? Mike, let you go ahead and kick us off with your key to victory, man. Let the people know what do you think?
um, I don't like Washington. I think it's a stupid team, a stupid organization. I don't have they have no fucking plan on what they want to do. You got some of the most irrational, most emotional players that like the quarterback is a damn idiot. He does it like all he knows how to do is throw the ball. To be honest, he's not very good. He just has a big arm. The organization prior to this was completely foolish and just idiotic in how they ran it. So I just like nothing about Washington makes sense right now. It's like you can kind of see the direction of the team. It's like you got a like a defensive line that you dang near paying 200 million for. It's like what's the point of that? And then you got an offense. Obviously they want to start taking the offense and turn it into a passing offense, which is completely contradictory to having a defensive line because you're not going to be able to play the defensive line and build the explosive offense, a pass first offense. It's just not sustainable. So the direction of the team it's just stupid. It's ignorant and stupid. The coaching staff is just like like I said, I don't know what's going on with Ron Rivera. I think he's going to be fired and he deserves to be fired because the team just has no direction whatsoever. But that being said, this is a young quarterback. He's going to give you opportunities, and the Falcons, despite what a lot of you people say, that we just don't have a pass rush. Yeah, we do have a pass rush. It's called affecting the quarterback. That's more important than actual sacks. I know that's not what y'all want to hear, but affecting the quarterback, moving him out of the pocket, making him throw the ball a lot sooner than what he wants to, that's more important. So in this game, you're going to have obviously we got Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell. Those guys are definitely are going to have opportunities to pick the ball off. And Eric Bieniemy comes from that Kansas City Chiefs team. They love to throw the ball. So this team is going to get opportunities. So a guy like Richie Grant is really on my radar. If he just stopped being an idiot, okay, if he just used the left side of his brain, um, sometimes like this Falcon team will have at least three opportunities to pick the ball off. At least that. I just need him to be smart. Okay, Richie, we got Richie Grant, and like I said, he's very good. Um, it's ironic because he's not very big. Goes about 200 pounds, about 205. So he's not really a particularly big safety, but he plays well in the box. So he and I got Jesse Bates. Those guys are going to have a lot of opportunities in this game. So they have to catch the freaking ball when they get the opportunities. The safeties in this game is going to get a number of opportunities, especially with a pass first offense and a young quarterback that's been sacked over 24 times by 24 times this year. They gonna have opportunities. They gonna make some errant throws. So Richie Grant is the guy that I'm really looking at this defense. You have to have a big game. You have to have a big game because you're going to get the opportunities. They people have kind of figured out Richie Grant if you just be aggressive and attack him. 9 times out of 10, well, I would say 9 times out of 10, but he's going to give you opportunities. You're going to get an opportunity to make a big play because a lot of time, like Richie Grant, I just don't know what he's thinking. So Richie Grant, Jesse Bates, catch the freaking ball. Got to be optimistic in this game. They have to come away with those things. You have to. It's imperative that they do it because they're going to get pressure and they're going to get after the quarterback. We know that with Ryan Nielsen. He's not going to sit back and allow you to just get comfortable in that pocket. So you're going to get opportunities.
Oh man, what do you feel about that, Jude? About the opportunities, opportunistic. Um, I know you put a video out about old Mr. Opportunistic in the backside of the defense himself.
Yeah, man. Jesse Bates is a special player. We've been talking about this since we've been doing our shows pretty much, that we didn't have that playmaking safety. Like a guy that the difference between Jesse Bates and when we had Jalen Hawkins and Richie Grant is just experience. You could tell that he's a guy that watched film. You could tell he's a guy that not only is opportunistic, but he knows what's coming before it happens. And we've talked about that numerous times. Just like a quarterback has to have that feel, to know to throw the ball and have that anticipation. It's the same thing with Jesse Bates. He sees stuff before it happens, and he's a big play. To me, he's the best safety in the league. Let's just be real. He doesn't have any weaknesses in this game. Like, he can tackle. He doesn't miss open field tackles. He understands the game. Like, he's smart. Like what Mike was talking about. He's smart. You rarely see him make a mistake. In this last game, he got beat on the double move, but for the most part, you don't see him get beat a lot. And he's a guy that's like a leader. He's one of the leaders of this defense, but definitely on that back end. To me, he's like one of the keys to this Falcons defense because he's always around the football, whether it's stopping somebody short on third down because he's flying in to make a tackle, whether it's him coming up with a key interception in the game. Dang near in that first game, he won the game for us with those 2 interceptions and that forced fumble. He put us on the offense on short fields, three different occasions. So to me, he's that guy on this defense that he's just a special player, and every dollar that we paid him, it was worth it. Coming into the season, you guys know I was talking about Calais Campbell. I thought he would be the biggest addition. And as I tell you guys, 90% of the times I say I feel like we're right about things. Well, this is the 10% where I was wrong. I really feel like Jesse Bates has been the biggest addition to this Falcons team. No disrespect to Calais Campbell, because he's a guy that's a veteran, in that locker room. He's working with these young guys on the defensive line, but I can't say that he's been a bigger addition than Jesse Bates, because Jesse Bates has 4 interceptions, like 2 forced fumbles. He's been the guy on the defense that's been taking the ball away. So I got to give him the credit of being the biggest addition to this Falcons team. But I agree with Mike as far as being opportunistic. In this game, I think we'll at least come away with 2 picks. If you watch how Sam Howell played in that game against Chicago on Thursday night last week when they got blown out, I believe the Bears had like 2 interceptions in that game. I expect us to come away with at least two takeaways, whether it's forced fumble. I definitely think we'll get an interception, because I think at some point in this game we'll be ahead and we'll be able to force them to throw the ball. And like we said, all of these guys in this secondary, not just Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, D. Alford, Jeff Okuda. We got a bunch of ball hawks on this team. These guys fly around. And what I love about our secondary just in general, and I'll let you go, Kay, is these guys are fearless when it comes to tackling. That's one of the things when I look at corners. I know people are like, why do you care so much about your corners being able to tackle? I think one of the biggest things that people forget when they look at that Legion of Boom defense, they talk about, Richard Sherman and those guys. When you have corners that can tackle and that are not afraid to tackle, it makes the job of the front 7 so much easier. One reason I love Brian Poole in that 2016 season and 2017 season, he was like another linebacker in the box, where if you ran to the outside, how many times have we seen this year you run the ball to the outside? D. Alford making a tackle for a loss. AJ Terrell making a tackle for a loss. Jeff Okuda flying in making a tackle for a loss. And these are one-on-one situations. It ain't like it's game tackles. These guys are flying in, making tackles, and that's been stuff that we struggle with in the past. I can think about games, and the game that always comes up in my memory banks is that game against the Titans when AJ Brown cooked us, and Trufant, Alford, poor tackling. I remember one play was like a slant where AJ Terrell AJ Brown basically caught a slant and ran, and he could have been tackled by 3 or 4 guys in the secondary, and he skated for like a 70-yard touchdown. We go back to the season when we played against the Cleveland Browns, And I believe it was Chubb that had like almost a 90-yard touchdown run where none of our guys could tackle him up the sideline. So just seeing these guys tackle, it's the fundamentals. When we talk about why this team is playing so good on defense, one of the reasons is we're one of the best tackling teams in the league. If you guys watch, we don't miss a lot of tackles. And I can't say that for the last couple of years when our defense has been bad. Every single player seems like, especially in this secondary, these guys make one-on-one tackles. These guys are not afraid to come up and hit you. And I feel like that bodes well for when you say you want to be a physically, mentally tough, physically tough team. Being able to tackle in one-on-one situations in space is something that this team is doing really, really well. And that's why on third down, we're getting off the field, because if you're stopped short, these guys are coming up and making those tackles. And a lot of the times it's these corners. And that to me is really, and these are not big guys. As we talk about, D. Alford is not a big guy, but he plays bigger than his size because these guys are fearless. So that's something that I really like about the secondary as well, is they're physical.
Okay. Hey, that just to give a quick note for a lot of people, limited practice today was Jonnu Smith, Caleb McGarry, Bud Dupree, and Calais Campbell. Old ass didn't practice neither. But he kind of he had that injury, so that like I say he get the old man treatment. Like, nah, just sit down, bro. We good. But I'm glad y'all kind of said that, Jude, too, is because it's going to lead straight into my key for this game as well. And I think my key is I think your key is going to bring it all home. And it pretty much goes with balance. But we're looking at this Washington team, and as you said, as far as the best tackling team in football right now, like you said, we have to have that on defense. We have to have that balance of being aggressive yet smart. Because, like you said, Sam Howell is going to throw us a couple. We got to take advantage of it. Like you said, I know a lot of people are kind of disappointed in the Falcons' defensive sack numbers. Like you said, we tied for last in the league as far as sacks is concerned. But despite all that as well, this is one of the best scoring defenses in this league. They don't give up a lot of points. So, like you said, all of it is coming together as far as the Falcons. Like you said, they have to continue to be physical, and definitely shout out to Ryan Nielsen and Jerry Gray, because they are reasons why that is happening as well. But balance offensively is going to definitely have to be a key here in order for this team to, my personal opinion, to come away with this victory. Like I said, I know we see Desmond Ritter with the 329 yards last week. This game, this team, that 300 passing yard game really isn't necessary. As we already know, the Washington Commanders, they average giving up 32 points a game this year. So they kind of get bent over on defense. But the thing about it is that defensive line gets pressure. They get sacks. They get pressure. And what you have to do is you have to keep that balance. Do not let these guys pin their ears back in situations to where, okay, they know it's a passing situation. You want to run the football, even if it's 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards. By the time that third quarter, fourth quarter comes, those 2 and 3 yards would end up being 5, 6. And you'll be able to mix a little bit of the passing there as well. And I want to get Mike's take on the balance part of it because the reason why I wanted to save the minister last because I think both of our keys is going to tie into all this right here. But what you think about that balance? What do you think about that balance, Mike?
I think the balance actually works in the Falcons' favor. That's the type of like when you have a pass rush team like that, they typically don't play the run well. Um, Especially with those two guys in the middle of that defense. Um, and the Falcons are a team that likes to run a lot of outside zone concepts. So they are going to have to be a little bit more athletic in those games. In this particular game, because they're gonna have to get outside. Like big guys just want to be in the middle and come upfield. So the Falcons offense is gonna keep them going sideways. And this is what you want from a Payne. You want him going sideways. You want him being forced to come get the running back, run after the running back, because in the fourth quarter, obviously this guy gonna get tired. But like I said, the Falcons want to play balance. That's what their whole team is based on is balance. Getting the ball back, controlling the clock, letting our safeties make plays, let our DBs make plays on the ball because they're gonna be forced to pass the ball to get back in the games. And Washington really don't have a great running attack like that anyway. They got some playmakers on the outside. They're gonna make plays in the passing game, but like if the Falcons come in and run the ball well, like it's gonna cancel out all that, and it could get very ugly. It could get potentially ugly if the Falcons come out running the ball, especially if they run the ball well. So the balance actually works in the Falcons' favor. Just looking at how both teams are constructed. Yeah, they have a good pass rush, but like I said, those guys aren't great defending the run like that. Very quality athletes. I know everybody keep talking about Chase Young, but like he's not as good as a lot of people, make him to be. He's super athletic. I think he does have athletic gifts, but like I don't think he's a great football player. I think he's a good athlete, but I don't think he's a great football player right
Okay. Yeah, and like you said, when you have a team that's so predicated on getting on rushing the passer in that manner, like you said, this is where run the damn ball becomes important. Like I said, we don't necessarily need a 300-yard passing game from this offense. You just want to maintain a certain. I think if they're gonna be passing the ball, I think the screen game and more of those flare outs will work in the Falcons' favor in this type of game as far as the passing offensive side. But the reason why I say all these keys tied together is because we want the minister to bring up the rear with this key right here. Motherfucker, that's a military term, so you better sit your ass down somewhere.
Most definitely, yeah. The last key to victory, and you mentioned it, Kay, is we got to protect the passer. So like all of ours tying together, and we got to protect the quarterback at all costs in this game. But it's going to come down to basically us staying ahead of the change. Y'all hear me say that every week. You hear Arthur Smith say it. You hear Desmond Ritter say it. You hear Dave Ragone say it on the offensive side of the ball. Even if you're getting 1 yard, 2 yards, what you don't want is penalties. And I think that was something we did really well in this last game. I don't know how many times I've seen Desmond Ritter win with the hard count, get those guys jumping off sides. And I think that'll be something that'll work in this game as well. And something else that I seen DJ Shockley, where he be breaking down the plays for the Falcons. He also talked about Desmond Ritter being able to get up, get the play, get up to the line before you have plenty of time on the play clock. So if a team is blitzing, when he was doing those hard counts, you can make them show their hand. Because a lot of the time, the defense wants to disguise who's coming on a blitz. And if you get up to the line and you change up the K-ins and the hard counts and things of that nature, that's something that I think can help in this game as well. So this is another home game for us. So we got the crowd on our side when the offense, is out there on the field. It's quiet, so we can have those K-ins. And we know that the Washington Commanders want to get after it. They want to get after our quarterback. So Mike talked about it in his key to victory. Most of the time when you have a great pass rush team, they want to get out to a lead so they can just pin their ears back. So I feel like it's going to be important in this game that we get out to a, early starters, I always say, because that's how our offense is based, is getting out to a lead. And also, I believe in this game, we have to do what we did last week, and it's going to be every week moving forward, is we have to let Desmond Ridder move around the pocket, change his launch point. Don't leave him as a sitting duck, because they have way too many good pass rushers for him to just be sitting as a sitting duck in the pocket. We got to move the pocket, roll him out, allow him to use his legs. So if he is doing, those RPOs and different plays, allow him to keep the ball sometime and run with it. Because we know that Desmond Ridder, as a quarterback, he does a good job of protecting himself and getting down when he runs the ball. So I think in this game, you have to do the similar to what we did last week. I want to see those jet sweeps. I want to see trick plays. I want to see different formations. I want to see that pistol, because we're lethal in that pistol, because that creates that space, as Mike was talking about, running the ball to the outside. I really feel like that's going to be important in this game, because we want to make those guys, Jonathan Allen, Payne, we want those guys to have to run sideline to sideline. We don't want to do, let them play to their strengths, which is the strength is in the middle of their defense, believe it or not. So because they had those two bookends on the inside, those two big guys up front, we want to run the ball at Chase Young. We want to run the ball at Montez Sweat if he plays in this game. That's their weak point. So I believe those stretch zone runs with Bijan, with Tyler Algier is going to be huge. But the way that you go about protecting the quarterback in this game is, like you said, Kate, it all ties in together, being balanced. We have to be balanced in this game. If we stay balanced and stay ahead of the chains, you don't allow Chase Young and those guys to pin their ears back. Because if you guys watched that Thursday night game, they were getting really frustrated with Justin Fields, because he was getting the ball out of his hands fast. That's another thing we got to see in this game. Get the ball out of our quarterback's hands quick. Allow him to get it into those playmakers' hands. Chase Young and those guys, they're not going to be able to pin their ears back. Like, they were getting pressure last week, but the ball was gone within 3-step drop. It's nothing you really can do as a defender when that ball is coming out that fast. So I really feel like it's going to be important that we keep them off balance. But the main thing is just avoid the penalties. We can't afford the false starts, the stuff that push you behind the chains. If you stay ahead of the chains in this game, I really think you'll make it tough on Washington, because they're really a team that's kind of reeling as far as their confidence. They're coming into this game, pissed off because they got blown out on national TV on Thursday night. But I really feel like they're a team that's reeling, as Mike was talking about with Ron Rivera. I really think that he's on the hot seat. And to me, as he mentioned about them not having no direction, I don't really know what Washington's doing, because you would think with all of the talent that they have on the defensive side of the ball, that they would be like a team that's leading the league in sacks and having one of the better defenses in the league. But for whatever reason, their team seems to be struggling every year, with as far as them being getting sacks and things of that nature. So everybody talks about us not getting pressure. They got 4 first-rounders on their defensive line, and they still are not really producing. And they paid Payne this last year, and then they paid Jonathan Allen 2 years ago. So yeah, man, I really think in this game that, we protect Desmond Ridder, we run the ball, stay balanced. I really feel like the Falcons has a chance, and we already know we undefeated so far at home. So as they always say, there's no place like home, is what they were saying on Atlanta Falcons Unlimited. They were saying it on their channel, Atlanta Sports Unlimited. So it's no place like home, like Dorothy always says, and we looking good at home. Desmond Ridder, let's see if he can keep that magic at home.
Speaking of Atlanta Sports Unlimited, Mike, you want to go ahead and give a shout out to the OG, man?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, make sure before he do that, make sure y'all put some fire in the chat. Put some fire in the chat.
Fire, yeah. For one, I want to give a shout out to those guys at Atlanta Sports Unlimited, man. They've been a wonderful partners. Obviously, their show. I got to give a shout out to Tom and Dave They do the Saturday show. Big Skin Jocks. They go over fantasy football. Obviously, they do Atlanta Falcons content as well. But Terrence Mathis, William Brandon, those guys had a great video earlier today. If you did not check it out, like the reason why I really enjoy their breakdowns is because they break down the mindset of not only the quarterback, but from a player and coach's standpoint. All right. And Terrence and those guys, I love how William Brandon asks the right questions. That's the thing. He asks the right questions, the controversial questions, and he's not afraid to speak on it. So like I said, they do a great job of just breaking down and trying to get behind the mindset of players. And this is why you look at what he stated about Desmond Ritter and what he believes to be uh Matt Shaw. Don't really know the truth behind that, but he believes that Matt Schaub is playing a huge part in his coaching staff right now, being a quote unquote analytical guy. But he's really helping the development of Desmond Ritter. So like I said, check that video out, check those guys out. But like I said, they do a wonderful job of just breaking down the mindset of players and like really getting behind the scheme. I actually post their videos on Twitter of points that we really need to focus on. And he was talking about Desmond Ritter and how he used the silent count, how he uses the snap count, taking his eye off, not using a lot of play action because if you use play action, you actually turn your head um, to the defense. So as a young player who's struggling, quote unquote, struggling to read the defense, you want to keep you like it's not like Matt Ryan. Like Matt Ryan, like he can kind of get a gauge on how defense is going to react pre-snap. And for a young guy, he's not used to the speed of the game. So if he takes his eye off of it, it may be something completely different because he's not used to how defense do it. So they do a great job of just breaking down the mindset of a player and what players are thinking. So please check them out over there.
Mm-hmm. Outside of Terrence Moe with the gaslighting ass videos and stuff as well.
Yeah, Terrence, man. Oh
Terrence
boy.
Moe would be
He
gaslighting everybody.
gaslighting like a mug, bro. He really did.
but shout out to him though, because those are definitely the damn videos
Mhm.
that bring out questions and stuff. And like you said, these are kind of like mentors to us as well. So
That more a good guy. He's just a gaslighter. He's a good dude. He's a great.
exactly. exactly. I'm folk in the chat like, man.
Boy, they be going off on him, boy. Man, he know it. That's why he had that smirk on his face. He knows exactly what he's doing.
He know, he know he about to say some bull.
Mhm.
He be like, well, and then he like, oh, here you go. Yeah, there you go. But like I said, man, we go ahead and do the Q&A part of the show, man. Like you said, y'all go ahead and leave y'all questions. And like I said, and right after you get off of it, when you get a chance, go back to Atlanta Falcon Nation and go ahead and recap Atlanta, everything Atlanta sports with the Georgia Reaper coach Eddie Blackberry Loretz. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and recap that as well. So we got questions coming up here. And while we're getting some questions up here, this is I will say that this is a very interesting game for me personally because I have family that are Washington fans. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. But interesting story that my introduction really to football started at a Washington Redskins training camp at 8 years old.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. And I get the verbal messages about, they call with the game like, hey, y'all know y'all gonna lose, right? I'm like, bro, don't make me drive up there and spray your whole house black and red. No, don't start that with me. But yeah, man, like you said, it's gonna be a good matchup, man. I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, just keeping the keeping the momentum for a lot of these players. Hold on, we got some questions in here. Okay, they asking different questions today. Say, do y'all think the Braves will come back and win the series? It depends. It's gonna really depend. Like I said, everybody's got to get back into the flow of things. Because I think with Snicker kind of tinkering with that lineup, the first game kind of threw everything off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I was like, why would you have your normal cleanup hitter batting second and your normal second hitter batting fourth?
Some.
and with the game on Monday, it was an emotional comeback. But it's just one of those things where it just didn't fall today. A lot of stuff didn't fall. So can they come back? They can, but they have to look inside themselves and be like, okay, nah, man, we've been dominating the whole season. We got to play our game. What you think, Mike?
See, I don't like Snicker at all. I think he's a freaking idiot. Um, it's like you gonna hit 307 damn home runs, tied a major league record, and decide, you know what, I want to look. It's like Mark McGuire deciding one day he want to hit left-handed. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't hit 300 home runs all year and then decide, nope, in the playoffs, I'm gonna hit left-handed. Like that, like it's the dumbest crap. It's just Snicker, he is he reminds me of a guy like if you ever watched the X-Men and Wolverine's brother. I think we all know Sabretooth is Wolverine's brother. And
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine, like, he just super emotional, just like over egotistical, and that goes against. That's what gets him in trouble because he's just so egotistical. Think he can just whoop everybody ass, and that's Nick. Just do the dumbest stuff for absolutely no reason. Just be overkill. Like, I'm gonna hit an extra black flip after you don't hit 100 on them in a row. Like, what's the what? What's the what? Why was the last one? Like, you just hit 100 back flips and you just like I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna just do one more. You know what I'm saying? That's Brian Snicker. I really don't like the dude, and I'm gonna say something that's probably uh, not something that Braves fans want to hear. I think we done. I think we done because now that doesn't mean that the Braves don't have the ability to come back. It's far from over. I don't believe any team is out of it, especially in baseball, because baseball is all about momentum, and I don't see that momentum now. I don't think we have that momentum right now. I think Phillies have that momentum, and until the Braves, it all depends on how they come out in the next game. If they come out with a certain mentality, they look like they hungry, they look like they ready, then yeah. But like until I don't see that killer instinct in them right now. I just don't see it in them. So just based on what I've seen so far, I think the Braves are done. But again, these are the Braves. These are the Braves we're talking about. They've done it. That's how they won the World Series. That's how they got to the point. Got to this point. They're a very streaky team, so they can turn it on at any of them. But like, I don't see that momentum right
All right, we got one more question, Jew. I'm gonna let you go ahead and hit this question up. Jonathan Bell said, "Do you guys think that Tyler Algier would get back into the end zone this week?"
That's a tricky one. Not too sure. To be honest, I really don't care who scores. Like we have so many weapons on this offense, man. That's what's the crazy thing about it. And yes, I play fantasy, y'all. I got a couple players. I mentioned it last week. A couple Falcons on my team, and it's like every week you don't know who's going to score. You know what I'm saying? But that's the good thing about it is we keep teams off balance. So I really don't care necessarily. And I really don't think these players really care. Like last week, if you looked at it, Bijan had like 40 some yards rushing. Algier had like 40 some yards. And they end up totaling like 96 yards, close to 100 yards. Based off of how this team is looking right now, we don't know. It's what Kay always say. We don't know because let's be real. We haven't even seen CP for real this year. I don't know what's going on with him. I know they are slowly trying to bring him back, but you just added Van Jefferson. You got so many weapons, man. That's why I say we got so many weapons at our disposal. Washington right now, watching film, don't know what to look for. Let's just be real. They don't know. Everybody's freaked out about Bijan because he's making all these special, crazy plays, but we see from week to week. It could be Jonnu Smith this game. It could be Mac Hollins that nobody's paying no attention to. He hasn't even had a breakout game yet. So I'm like, you never know. And that's why I say that I like how they're bringing in new additions to the team. So, I mean, Tyler Algier could get in the end zone. I think if we get on the goal line, that's where you'll see Tyler Algier possibly score. But we don't know. You know, they're going to try to spread it around. And that's where all I care about as long as we win the game. So I don't know if he'll score. You know, this he'll get his carries, but I don't know if he'll score because we seen last week with the shuffle pass play. You know, and they put Cordell Hodge back there, so it's like we don't know who. You know, we got so many daggone weapons on this team. That's what makes it interesting. That you never know who's going to have that breakout game or who's going to score a touchdown. We seen Michael Pruitt get into the action last week, so. We don't know. As long as we get the win, as long as we're successful, I really don't care who scores the touchdowns.
Man, I wish you had about fantasy football. I'm still mad right now about that. I'm just gonna let you know, man. My homeboys ain't shit for this, man, because they gonna have a fantasy draft and didn't tell me when it was, and I ended up getting auto picked my whole damn team, and now I'm stuck with a hurt Saquon Barkley, Joshua Dobbs, and Zach Wilson as my quarterback.
Joshua, oh boy.
I got all the receivers I need, but that's right. But the messed up part about it is I have a particular draft strategy that I always use that lets me. I've never finished less than in the final four. I've never done it. But they didn't tell me, so they you know what?
I'll put some X-Lax in that damn juice one day.
Don't worry about it. They gotta come. They gotta come. I'm gonna see them soon. Okay. Oh yeah. Let me go ahead and hit this up right quick. I'll finish this off with this. Cause what's your thoughts on Georgia Tech's win against Miami? That was the win that shouldn't have happened, but I'm glad it did. but like you said, man, Georgia Tech was like a 30-point underdog going into that game.
Wow.
And offensively, both teams looked like absolute dog shit. It was the best the Georgia Tech defense looked like all year against a quality opponent. You have to remember, Miami was one ranked top 15 teams in the nation. But reason why I say the win that shouldn't have happened, but I'm glad it did. When you got 6 seconds left, what was it? About 40-something seconds left in the game, and the other team has no timeouts. You would think that you would kneel the ball. But Miami tried to get very disrespectful, and it bit them in the ass. And I just sat there with the biggest cheese grin on my face, like, You like Krabby Patties, don't you?
Oh boy.
but But yeah, man, like I said, I'm happy for the win. Like I said, that was a big major win for us. Like I said, that's gonna help us down the road because we still got some tough games we gotta play. We got Clemson, we got Georgia. I think who else? I think we got North Carolina this year. I gotta look at the schedule again. But I'm proud. I'm actually proud of this Georgia Tech team because, like you said, this is one aspect of a team that I never thought I'd see again. A passing attack that's actually respectable in the nation.
Boy, look, I thought that was never gonna end.
Nah, but they got balance on offense. Defense still one of the worst in the nation, but like I said, they played well last week against Miami, so I'm proud of them. And like I said, Brett Keys has really showed something. Like I said, we're actually getting recruits worth a damn. Because I think we went through like a 10-year stretch where the best star recruits we could get were 2 stars. It was a very long time.
You're smart, but you can't run fast.
Well, y'all get good recruits and they transfer like Jahmyr Gibbs. Y'all have had a couple players that just
see, Jew. I was having a good until you said that. I mean, like I said, you know what?
Yeah, he ain't gotten over that. He did not. He has not gotten over that one.
See,
I'm
this
sorry, Kay.
this is what happens when
That's how he started. They was Yellow Jackets.
when you have Jeff Collins over here, he decides that he don't know what he wants. You have Jeff Sims who can't throw the ball worth a damn. You have a Jahmyr Gibbs who is a hell of a running back, but he transferred because he don't want to play for your stupid ass. You know what? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me?
Y'all know how much I hate that.
Shit, hell, we had most success with the triple option offense than whatever the fuck Jeff Collins was bringing here, and that's a damn shame. But I think this year's Georgia Tech game is going to be a little bit more interesting than most people are going to realize. But we're gonna see how that. Oh, look, y'all, look. It's gonna be some hellified shows between me and this one over here. Y'all didn't get the show between those two earlier this year.
We had opportunities, Kay.
It's gonna be a very interesting one.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
I was mad as my boy. I was livid. Boy.
Yeah. Y'all, like I said, last year, y'all, most of y'all damn fans damn near had a heart attack because the game was close until y'all started running the football again.
No, you know how I feel about that.
Right.
Only if Brock Bowers didn't exist, we probably could have won.
Right. That dude is an animal, man. That dude is not real.
Like I said, as long as look, I might say it like this: as long as we don't get beat by 35 plus, I'm good. But
right, I like
I said, like I said, if we can at least lose by 14, I'll be good. But
also good.
But at the end of the day, man, hey, look, we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Like I said, hey, Blackberry, fuck you. Fuck Georgia. But at the end of the day, we ain't here to play.
Oh, no.
We here to stay.
Oh, yeah. Dig it.
You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get the hell out of here. Oh, yeah.
Deuces. I'm telling y'all, boy, y'all underestimate. I'm telling
Look,
y'all.
you ain't telling me nothing.
No, I'm telling them something. Y'all can underestimate them if you want. I'm just gonna sit back and be like,